I am a lesbian, a dyke,
non-binary or genderqueer.
Why does a rideshare company produce videos with people saying they are
out and proud?
For the same reason a defense contractor funds this float. They know doing these things will help get your company a perfect score on something called the Corporate Equality Index.
This year, the CEI rated 1,142 companies with an incredible 767 scoring top marks.
We celebrate Hyatt's selection for the 10th consecutive year by the Human Rights Campaign.
The Human Rights Campaign is headed by Kelly Robinson, who's been good at convincing companies that their customers want them to support the HRC.
Consumers are 2 times more likely to want to buy from brands that support the community.
Supporting the community is a good thing. I certainly support human rights. But Robby Starbuck says
they have nothing to do with actual human rights. They're an LGBTQ plus advocacy organization that pushes topics about transgenderism into the workplace, and they support sex changes for kids.
Starbuck uses his big social media following to criticize companies that partner with the Human Rights Campaign.
When you see a company gets 100% from the HRC, it does great harm.
Harm, he says, because your health plan must cover trans surgery.
Yes.
I know people who've had the surgery and they seem happier.
If you're an adult and you make a set of decisions I disagree with, that's your prerogative. But I don't want to give my money to a company that is going to turn around and use it to fund any sex changes of any child, period.
The HRC does require awarded companies to pay for puberty blockers for teens. Now, we can debate the age at which you're considered competent to medically change your gender, but I had no idea that so many companies pay for it. Google even provides a concierge to help people transition.
Google's bringing on a dedicated trans liaison to help interpret these benefits.
Now, you will watch a video about gender.
To further raise their Human Rights Campaign scores, companies show employees videos like this to educate them about gender identity.
It's a girl! Well, actually, it's more complicated than that.
Companies are also supposed to sponsor LGBT events, produce LGBT products, and donate to LGBT groups like the Human Rights Campaign. That helps them collect their millions of dollars.
You got to make it very well known to the world that you are all in on this.
Even part of your Amtrak tax subsidy now goes to pay for this stuff.
Including education on personal pronouns.
So all these companies suck up to the HRC. Yet the more I looked at the campaign, the less it seems to be about human rights and more about left-wing advocacy. It's not just LGBT. On their homepage, you see protesters holding signs saying, "I will aid and abet abortion." So it's a question of what do they mean by human rights?
Yeah. Which humans, which rights? Apparently, if you're a small enough human, you don't have rights, and they'll actually support killing you.
When I think about the work of the Corporate Equality Index, it is about trust, and it's about partnership with businesses to make workplaces as inclusive as possible for LGBTQ plus people.
Today, most businesses are inclusive. LGBT people are more accepted than ever. Just 20 years ago, most Americans opposed gay marriage, and most said gay relationships were morally unacceptable. Today, most Americans accept gay marriage and say gay relationships are moral. Yet recently, the HRC declared
a national state of emergency for LGBTQ plus people.
This is a crisis right now.
I think I know why she says that. If activists acknowledge that Americans now largely accept LGBT people, the HRC might go out of business.
One of the aspects of the CEI is that we are never going to reach a destination.
Of course, now America's politics have changed.
Donald Trump wants to erase us.
At the Democratic National Convention,
We are not going back.
HRC's boss got lots of applause, but her corporate support has begun to shrink. Partly because of Robby Starbuck's posts.
This is not appropriate for kids, but Toyota sponsored an event where guys like this walked around.
He's persuaded many companies to stop trying to please the Human Rights Campaign.
We came along and told people the story, and the backtracking began.
Major U.S. companies, Lowe's, Tractor Supply Now, and others will stop submitting data to LGBTQ plus advocacy group, the Human Rights Campaign.
Now, businesses can join whatever list they want, but They ought to do what's good for their business.
At the end of the day, that's all people want, is for businesses to do their business, not to virtue signal to us or to perpetuate a political ideology.
We invited Human Rights Campaign's boss to rebut arguments Starbuck makes in this video. She didn't respond, but Ms. Robinson, my offer still stands. Please come here. I'll give you time to argue your points. All my career as a consumer reporter, and then for 28 years at ABC's 2020, we debated issues like that. Both sides appeared, so viewers heard arguments from two sides at least. But today, sadly, one side won't debate at all. Why? If you want to help us push for debates, please hit that donation button.